It's no easy feat to make it to the swimming national championship meet. Our next inductee qualified 4 times and then rode that qualification to All-America honors as a junior and a senior. Her coach and fellow inductee this evening shares with us what made Missy West a special swimmer, special teammate, and why she joins the Hall of Athletic Honor.
Missy West arrived at Gettysburg College in 1997 as a recruit for the women's swim team and quickly proved her worth. She was a valuable member of the Bullets swimming squad in the water and in the locker room, becoming a true example of what it means to be a student athlete.
Missy West, Dr. West, was one of the finest people, if not the finest kid we've ever coached. She was a very fine athlete, and what's remarkable about her, most people don't live up to their potential. Most of us, I'll include myself, we rarely live up to our potential. She not only lived up to her potential as an athlete, she exceeded it.
In her first year on the team, West won 4 Centennial Conference titles, including both breaststroke events. She also broke the Bullets program record in the 200 breaststroke and posted her first NCAA qualifying time. Her impressive swims in the breaststroke all season long helped her team to a perfect 8-0 dual meet record, claiming the Centennial Conference team title for the 1997-98 season.
Missy made tremendous time drops her freshman year and really kind of surprised us. She had a tremendous work ethic. I don't remember her ever missing a practice. I don't remember her ever backing off in a practice. She just was, she was relentless. That's what it was. You know, between semesters before we'd go on a training trip, they'd go home for a couple of weeks and I would beg and plead, please train when you're at home. You're going to be miserable on the training trip if you don't. And Missy was one of the few who trained during the breaks.
West was the Bullets' top breaststroker for her entire swimming career. Her sophomore year, West set the pool record in the 100 breast and broke her 200 breast record. During her junior year, she once again broke her 200 breast record and set a program record in the 100 breast. That same season, she became the program's first ever All-American in a breaststroke event by finishing 15th at Nationals in the 200 breaststroke. She repeated this success by finishing a spot better the next year and earning another All-American nod. At the end of her career, she had helped the program win 3 Centennial Conference team titles and won 7 total individual titles. Her performance in the breaststroke and her leadership as team captain her senior year helped the team to a 34-1 record in dual meets from 1997 to 2001.
The success of the team, it was probably more important what she did in the locker rooms than what she did in the pool. Because, you know, you get 20-plus people in a locker room and you're going to be a lot of different personalities and you're working towards the same goal, and somebody needs to set the example and show the way, and that's exactly what she did. She had great perspective for a college student. I think that's why her teammates liked her so much and respected her so much. She always put everybody else before herself. She just was a great teammate, just a great person. She was the glue that held the team together for most of the years that she swam.
West graduated from Gettysburg summa cum laude with a degree in psychology. She went on to pursue a master's degree in psychological sciences at James Madison University and a PhD in counseling psychology at Loyola University of Chicago. She has been a practicing psychologist for over a decade. She and her husband, Eric, have 3 sons, Will, JP, and Luke.
Missy West deserves to be in the Hall of Honor because of her, primarily because of her athletic achievements. And you don't go to nationals every year without being a good athlete. But she was a great ambassador for Gettysburg College. She was the true student athlete. Just had a tremendous work ethic, both in and out of the pool. I mean, she was summa cum laude. When she was here, she was an academic All-American multiple years. She was a NOR Award winner. She accomplished a great deal at Gettysburg College, and Gettysburg College was lucky to have her here. If it just had a Hall of Honor in general, she'd probably be in that too. But she's very deserving, and I'm very happy for her.
Ladies and gentlemen, Missy West.
Thank you to Gettysburg College, the athletic department, the Orange and Blue Club, for this honor to be standing here tonight. I should start my remarks by acknowledging one very obvious thing. I'm thrilled to be honored on the same evening as my coach, Mike Raleigh, because without him, and swimming for him in particular, I would not have the experience I did at Gettysburg. There would be no award tonight for me if not for Mike and Cammie. A sincere thank you to both of them and to the Raleigh family. To provide you a little background as to why the Raleighs have meant so much to me over the years, Mike and Cammie came into my life at a very critical time. In the fall of 1996, I came on my recruiting visit to Gettysburg along with my best friend from high school. Between the two of us, Mike would probably agree that my friend was the more accomplished swimmer and the more favored recruit. Like many of my teammates, I visited several other campuses around the Mid-Atlantic that fall. The following spring, as it came time for me to make my final decision about where I would be going to school, my parents and I returned to Gettysburg for another visit. My mother, who had been diagnosed with breast cancer the previous year, was weakened from treatment but was trying to keep her spirits high for me. After meeting with Mike and Cammie on the old Cub pool deck, we drove around the battlefields for a bit to discuss my choice. I could tell my dad was puzzled about what drew me to Mike's laid-back and unconventional coaching style. My mom, as mothers do, could recognize the feeling that I had about Gettysburg being the right place for me. A thunderstorm had just passed through, and as we looked back towards campus, in true storybook fashion, a rainbow appeared. My mom turned around and said something like, "Well, I think you've got your answer." I went off to Gettysburg that fall at my mom's urging, despite her declining health. I found comfort in the structure and routine of classes and practice, and poured myself into swimming in a way that I hadn't before. I was fortunate to attend nationals in St. Louis in March that year, and my parents were able to see me swim. The season wrapped up and I went home for Easter break. My mother passed away later that week. I remember Mike calling our old house phone and talking with my dad shortly after my mom's death. I couldn't really make out most of what was said, but I do remember Mike saying something like, "Don't worry, we'll take care of her." I could see the relief on my father's face, and the support from the Raleighs is something that is appreciated by me and my family to this day. Now that I'm a parent myself, I certainly realize what that kind of support meant. I realize my story is not unique in this way. I know most every one of us that swam for Mike and Cammie have a story about them like this, where they supported us in what was going on outside of the pool as much as inside the pool. Being part of Gettysburg Swimming gave me a place and a sense of home for 4 years and beyond. There were life lessons learned through sport, great times with teammates, and discipline and hard work carrying through to the other things we did in life. Being part of the swim team meant having sister and brother type relationships with my teammates. For better or for worse, we trained together, got up in the early morning hours to practice together, ate together, lived together, crab walked around the pool when we were in trouble together, and countless other shenanigans over the years. 3 years ago, I had the fun experience of planning Mike's retirement party along with my dearest friend and teammate, Liz Janelle Hall. With the help of Joe Lynch and Gettysburg College staff and other swimming alums, we had a great celebration. A few former swimmers shared their favorite memories of Mike. I won't try to compete with their remarks, but what I realized and observed that weekend was something that I probably always knew but didn't fully appreciate. The bond that Mike and Cammie developed with the people that swam for them over so many years, so many seasons, is something remarkable, and I feel very fortunate to be a small part of it. Like many of us, after Gettysburg, life took us to other places. For me, it was graduate school in Virginia, Chicago, San Diego, before finally landing in Park City, Utah. The Raleighs are the reason that so many of us have found our way back to Gettysburg over the years. The lasting relationship with the Raleigh family that goes way beyond swimming has brought me the joys of having Francesca and Mia as bridesmaids in my wedding, the two of them coming to visit me in Park City and getting to know my husband and 3 boys, keeping up with Mia's adventures in Greece, and seeing the family grow with the addition of Francesca's wonderful husband, Alper, and their beautiful daughter, Clementine. I don't think I ever imagined a decision to go to college and swim for Cammie into an enduring relationship and family, but I'm appreciative beyond measure. Thank you.